right, segment 2. We're not certain how many people really watch adult entertainment, but it's pretty safe to say that if you don't, some of your closest friends do. It's a billion-dollar industry, which is why porn producers are chafing over last week's LA City Council vote to enforce condom use in adult videos. The point? To stop the spread of HIV. But the fallout? Stopping the sales of porn. At least so says the industry. So, here in the studio to debate whether this is good public health or a bad buzzkill is former adult actress and founder of the Pink Cross Foundation, which supports porn workers getting out of the business. Her name is Shelley Lubben. Also here, legendary porn actor Ron Jeremy. I put legendary, somebody said former, they're not a porn viewer, so you tell me. Ron, are you still performing?
Still working once in a while.
Still once in a while.
Not much as I used to, but yeah.
All right, so we won't say former. Okay, so I want to ask you about, thank you for being here. You were celebrating when the LA City Council, I assume, voted to authorize this new law or this new enforcement, right, Shelley?
Yes.
Why?
Because we have been testifying before LA City Council, Los Angeles Board of Supervisors, Cal OSHA, standards boards, because we are very concerned about the health and well-being of the performers. The industry does not care about the performers' health. As it is, they're trying to run away from this condom ordinance, where really if all of them would just follow the laws, then there wouldn't be as many rampant STDs and people getting hurt and getting HIV.
Ron, why does the porn industry not care about its performance?
Of course they do. As Shelley knows, we're all tested. And we test it every month. We do the same test that the Board of Health requires of the brothels in Nevada. And the thing is, we don't mind to wearing rubbers, but it has to be universal. It's going to be all across the board. But while Scandinavia, Asian countries, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, well, they keep going without rubbers. And all the amateurs and the people down the block were shooting porn, putting it on YouPorn, PornTube, all the sexforfree.com, all these free sites. They're going without rubbers. So how can we be asked to compete with that?
Because it's the law.
Why is that irrelevant?
But there won't be a business.
Because the law is it's already a law. Condoms are already mandated by the Bloodborne Pathogen Standard, and now LA City Council is working together with Cal OSHA to enforce that law. And if they don't like the law, they need to go lobby in front of legislation and get those laws changed. Otherwise, why should they be the only industry that doesn't have to follow health laws?
If they care so much about about setting a good example, and why don't they go after some of the R-rated industries and PG industries that show love scenes? And I see once in a rare while.
Love scenes? They're having sex.
No, I'm talking about like in a regular movie. Why don't they show them like the actor shows a rubber, or it's in a ball, or just reaches for it?
You're talking about a social example.
Those are like
we're talking.
Hard.
Well, that's true, but you're talking about a social example being set.
Sure.
This is actually about stopping the spread of a deadly disease.
We've been doing this for 32 years. In 32 years, there have been only 5 cases I know of that are HIV. And there are thousands and thousands of students
Your own adult industry medical
5 times
association. I think 26 was the number I read.
She's talking about amateurs, some of the gay films.
Wait, hold on, Shelley, let him finish.
Of the heterosexual films, which I've been a part of for 32 years. There's been only 5 cases of HIV.
In heterosexual films, right. Shelley?
And how do you prove that on an HIV test that's reported to public health? They do not put occupation. What are you going to say? There's gays and civilians that walk in here?
This company called Primex,
laboratory.
Primex is now doing that. They now have doctors on staff around the clock. They were a clinic even before the adult industry came to them.
Okay, let me ask you this. Where does this put the adult industry? Shelley, you're against adult entertainment.
They'll shoot outside LA. They're just going to shoot outside. They already said, Larry Fund already made a speech that if they make this law go, I'll shoot in the desert, I'll shoot in Las Vegas, I'll shoot in California.
First of all, it's not legal to shoot anywhere except for California, and New Hampshire's made a distinction. Second of all, even if you go to Ventura County, AIDS healthcare is...
But it hasn't been tested yet. When they shoot in New York, and there's no Supreme Court ruling on that.
Yeah, but this is the world's largest porn capital. If all of you move to a place, we're going to follow you. And the same health and safety have to be enforced because it's OSHA. OSHA's a federal agency. Cal OSHA's a state.
Let me ask you this, though, Shelley. If you even admit, and I'm looking at the same public health document that you said you were looking at from 2009, they say that there really is no way to know how many HIV cases are within the adult entertainment industry because they don't ask. They don't ask what you do for a living when you get tested. So how do you know that HIV is a real rampant problem within the industry?
The Public Health Department has been monitoring the adult industry since 2004, and there are medical doctors, not unlicensed sexology doctors that run AIM. These people are licensed doctors. They made this report. They said there's thousands of STDs, it's rampant, and they even give their recommendation that this industry is out of control and that we need to do something to work with Cal OSHA, to work with other agencies to enforce the health and safety laws.
Well, first of all, you have to say you want adult industry gone completely. I mean, she's a chaplain, and from that perspective, she wants the business totally out of
You're a
business.
religious man. You go around the country with the church and make money off the church.
I have no problem with that. I have a lot of religious friends. You and I have friends.
Yes.
But she speaks from a perspective. We're a
I speak from the perspective of a woman who caught 2 sexually transmitted diseases. One of them led to early cervic cancer, and had half of my cervix removed. I lost several babies. I've had hemorrhaging for years. I've had severe anemia. I've had way more than you can imagine.
You were just in business for
a year. Good point. Good point.
You were doing things beforehand. I don't know why.
No. I don't care. I was doing prostitution before. I never caught an STD in prostitution. We used condoms. And second of all, the sexual acts in prostitution are not violent. I'm not getting my head banged and my face banged and vomiting, gagging over people. That didn't happen in prostitution. That happens. That happens in porn all the time.
I don't know what else she's talking about.
All right. So where do you go from here, Ron? Where does the industry go? Do you really think that, I mean, considering that the San Fernando Valley is the capital of adult entertainment, will it move?
They already have.
Do you want to?
There are people shooting in Florida, you know that. There are people shooting in Las Vegas.
Only a few companies, not the major companies.
But now they're all going to go over there.
No, they're not, because you know what?
They can't compete.
And my organization
because of pirating, because of the free sites. A lot of companies already have, 4 companies already out of business, even before this law came along. So the fact is, it's putting them at an unfair advantage. It's really a beleaguered business.
And
how do you make a fantasy for people?
Why don't you get that?
He has a point in the fantasy.
You know, he didn't even go to one safety health meeting, not one in 2 years.
Yes, I have.
No, Pink Cross has been almost every
years
meeting.
ago. But the thing is,
What's the name of the standard?
No, but how do you? It's not fair. I mean, like, how can the California companies compete if the European companies are going to come to America? These companies aren't going to go
doctors and nurses. So they don't.
How are you going to stop Europe?
If you get to choose your protection, do they get to choose their protection?
How are you going to stop European companies? The consumers will buy other products.
Okay, you're talking about an economic issue that
they're already in business now.
That's not the issue.
And then there won't be any business.
We're talking about public health and safety and well-being for workers in the California workplace. You have to follow the laws like any other industry in California.
For 32 years I've been involved, it seems to be working pretty well. You know, our testing practices, and the Board of Health is checking out the clinic. They just operate out of nowhere.
Well, AIM's closed now, so that didn't work so well. Now what?
Now there's Primex, and they have doctors there around the clock, and they're doing a great job.
Well, it's an independent laboratory, yeah. All right.
And they have doctors on staff all the time.
Shelley Lubben, thank you for I guess hashing it out a little bit.
Hashing it out.
And Shelley, you will follow the industry wherever it goes. You want to shut them down no matter what state they're in, huh?
She wants us out of business.
Okay.
I want you guys to stop committing sex trafficking crimes against women and violent crimes. And
which will be our next topic.
Yes,
we'll have you back. Is that
okay? I can't debate that.
Yeah, you can debate it. You can.
Well, sex trafficking, they don't videotape. It's not like they break the law.
What about movies that depict rape?
We'll be right back, everybody. We'll let them keep talking, but who knows? Maybe we'll ask them to stick around. Coming up next, number crunching, retirement. You know, porn stars have to retire at some point. Why we could all be working for a long, long time.